Good morning, good evening, good day. It's Tracey back from Mattingley House. How are you all doing? Hope you're all doing fabulous. Today we've got the next episode of our flower house build, one of our book Nook series. And today we're doing pages 7 and 8, where we attack a trellis and some potted plants. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. Let's attack. Now I've got the basic tools. I've got some squeezer tweezers, some scissors, a pokey tool. I've got my blue tack, a little bit of basic glue, and my most important tool is a nice frothy coffee. Cheers. That's a good start. Okay, so I've put all my little bits in a little pot just so that they don't roll all over the desk. And here we go with Flower House. Now, I believe it started on page 7, didn't it? So that's where we're going to begin. Okay, page 7. Now, it shows the sheets of plastic here, but I think that's from the overspill of showing you all the pieces in the kit. So I'm thinking we're building this little flower panel here first. So we're definitely going to need some, it's 5 of these pink tissues, is that right? I don't think, there's not 5 in this kit, is there? Look, 1, 2. Oh, we've got to cut them into 5 pieces. I can be so dense. What is wrong with me? Okay. So we've got to measure and cut these into 5 1 centimetre strips. So one thing I did forget to get out was a little ruler. So that's a big one. If we've got a little one, because it takes up the space. Oh, and I tend to use that just for a straight edge, so I get that out as well. What else do I need? Maybe the craft knife and my cutting mat. Let's get a cutting mat out so that I can stop damaging my light board. So I've got a basic self-healing cutting mat here, and I've got a little basic craft knife. Oh boy, let's have a move around up here. Let's put the book up here so we can just about still see it. And we want, I'm assuming it's that way. Let's measure. It is about 10. So we're going to get 2 lots of the 5s, I think, in here. I think it might be easier if I use a little pen. And mark up. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips. Let's come down here. I mean, they don't have to be exact. You're not going to notice, I shouldn't think, if it goes a little bit skew-with. I could do with a metal ruler, but I don't have one. That is something that I should try and buy, because that does make it a lot easier, because you can easily damage your plastic rulers. 1. You can just scissor it if you haven't got a craft knife. 2. This feels good, sitting here doing one of these again. We've got a couple of good ones in the pipeline as well. Some fun ones coming up. Oh, that's a little bit bigger, that won't matter. And this is my last one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we've got 5 little 1 metre stripped pieces of the pink paper. Now what? We've got to scissor them. So we've got to cut just to fray the ends to make the flowers. Oh, that would have been... Let's see if I can do them all together and cheat. Do you think I can? Oh, maybe not, Trace. This could be a disaster. But who knows? As long as I don't snip too far up, what I'm going to do is use my little squeezer tweezers to hold these pieces of paper together. One there and one there. I'm going to try and do them all together. So put that one back. Now, I think we've just got to make a frilly little edge. So here we go. This could be a disaster. So, oh, not very straight, Trace. And I'm thinking, just a little snip. Oh, I forgot to put my big lights on again. I'll snip this all the way up and then I'll go get my big lights out. I meant to do that first. My little head needs a definite reminder. I don't know if things are a bit too chunky. This might be easier one at a time. As long as you don't snip all the way to the end, I think it'll be fine. Because we just want it to splay out a little bit and make the petals of the daisy looking flower that it wants us to make. So again, I don't think these have got to be precise either. Ooh, don't snip too far up though, Tracey. And the last one. That was a good way of snipping them all anyway. Right, hold on a second. I need to go put my big lights on. I think that's right. Okay, is that a little bit better? Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I can see a bit better now as well. Right, let's take me squeezers off. Okay, we're going to roll them up, but we need some wire. Is that wire? It's R17, 2 centimetres long. So let's go through the list of what's included in the kit and find R17. PQ is in here somewhere, Chase. R17 there. One straight run. It's got to be this, isn't it? Do you think it's this? I don't know. It seems a bit harsh for these paper flowers. I think it's this. I can't see anything else that it would be, so it wants us to cut. I don't like this wire. It's so stiff. How much do you want us to cut? 2 centimetres, and we want 6 of them. Okay. We will do our best. Oh, not so easy. Would have been nice if they'd have put it in the box without curling it up. Because now it's got kinks all over it. Oh, kinky. I'm knotted. Oh, here we go. No. Yes, almost. Are we in 2 pieces? Yes, we are. Okay. I've got 2 pieces here. That only said 1, didn't it? I can't... Let's have a look in the bag, just in case there is something else. No, that's purely wiring. And that's just beads and a few of the flower centers. So I'm thinking it's got to be this. Okay, let's put one of those aside. I'm going to put one of those back in the box. Right. It's got to be this, isn't it? Ow! Ah. See, it kinks. And then you can't straighten it out once it kinks. Oh, it's kinked again. Okay, I think we're there. Right, so we want 6 at sort of 2 centimetres. Oh, it's quite little. All right, this is just to give me an idea. Let's use my old scissors so that I don't naff up my decent paper ones. And what I'm going to do is cut roughly 2 centimetres and then use that one to cut the others. And I really don't think it matters that much if you don't get the same. But we will try and get them roughly the same. Oh, here we go for tiny bits again. This would be so much easier without these nails. Big long nails. There you go. I'm sure my 2 centimetres are getting bigger. So how many we've got? 5. Just the one more. Okay, that's 6 pieces. Let's put this wire in the box with the other one so that it's out of the way. Right. Oh, we need the little gold ball centres. Now they must be in here. So let's use my little tweezers. Do you think it's the really tiny one? It's got to be, isn't it? Do you think it's that one? Yeah, I assume so. 2. God, it's taking longer just to get them out of the pot. 3. 4. Oh, goodness me, come on. 5. And one more, please. Fiddly little things. Yeah, next time we'll tip out the pot. Right, there's our centres. Okay, so we've got to we've got to fold over the end, apparently. I think it's to give the wire a bit of something to grip onto. So we've got to kink the end. So we'll put that in the tweezers and roll it a little and then squash the end if I can. I really need a pair of pliers. Squash. Okay, we've got a little hook there. I think that should work. We've got to do that to all of them. You would think this easy job Hold on, I need to go and dig out a pair of pliers. Okay, I'm back with some pliers. This is my jewellery making little set that I've got. But we've got some proper snippers in here and some pliers that might make it a little bit easier to bend this wire. Right. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna, and then we're gonna squash it. It's not completely easy because obviously the wire wants to turn around when you go to squeeze it, but I think it just wants you to have a little bit of extra space to glue. So we've got like a little hook in the end. I'm thinking that's all it wants. You could try it without if you wanted to. Oh. There's like a little hook on the end. And then give it a little squeeze. Okay, that one went better. 2 more. Right. Curl it. Squish it. Sort of squish it, Trace. Okay, I think we got that one. Yeah. Straighten it out a little bit. There we go. And it just says glue. Now the tissue will glue, but the little beads, I mean, if you use hot glue, it's going to be a big old blob, so I'm not thinking it's going to look very pretty. So I'm going to try it with my basic glue first, and if that doesn't work, then I'll have to hot glue. Okay, so we've got the 4 little hooks in. We've got to glue that to the paper and then roll it up. Simple as that. Simples. Simples. So I'm thinking, let's see if we can glue it in first. Clean me nozzle. Got to get back into the mode of it again, you know, where I think you almost get out of practice. So we got that on the end, and then we just want to wind it up, apparently. So I'm going to come along at least halfway and then see if I can roll it up and keep the wire in. Maybe I should have put it right at the end. Let's try that. Oof, this is fiddly. It just doesn't want to stay in. Oh my gosh. I think once you get it rolling, you'll be all right, but wow. Let's see if we can do it with the tweezers. Oh my lifey. Hold still. That might, now got to try and let go now. Okay, that might have helped, or it might have made it extra baggy. I have no idea. This is a little fiddly. Oh, a quilling tool would have worked well with this. Let's go for a roll up. Ah, don't let go. Whether that wire stays in there or not, but if it doesn't, then I'm thinking we will shove a bit of hot glue on it and poke it back in if it falls out. Right, let's go for it. So let's just see what happens to this first one. See, it is already falling out. Okay, this is fiddly. Oh my life. I don't think I've done it tight enough either. It's very baggy. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna take that out because that is not being very successful, and I'm gonna put my tweezers in, so therefore I've still got a little space. Let's undo it a little bit, and then at the last minute I will then stick the wire back in, hopefully. Oh dear, that wasn't good. Okay, are we getting there? I think this is a lot bigger than it's supposed to be, but we'll see what it looks like at the end. And it's very long. Oh, wow, she's big. Look how big the end is. That end is huge. Okay, now I've got to try and poke the wire in there. It might need me pokey tool to make a little hole, because, yeah, I'm not sure if that was a good way or a wrong way, but look, we got a little hole, of which I'm going to poke some more glue in and then get this wire back in it if possible. Are you going in or not? Well, it's gone in. I don't know if it's right or wrong, or it doesn't look the same as the book though, does it? But that's, yeah, I don't know. Let's there's got, okay, we're going to find an easier way to do that, because doing it that way was not easy, and obviously flaring it out might have been easier to do it as we went as well. I'm not sure. Ooh. The wire is not holding at all. The wire just wants to fall out. Okay, it from the front, it kind of looks like a weird pinky daisy thing. I'm not sure where the middle is. I think it's there. But from the back, it's a mess, look. But I'm assuming, because we're going to be poking it in, is that why we need the wire? Because I was going to say, why don't we just glue it to the trellis? Why do we need the wire at all? I think we'll have to try one. Let's get the trellis out. There's one disaster of a flower. That's pretty bad. But I'm going to go and see if we actually need these wires or whether we can just glue the paper to these little trellisy things. So let's get these out. This is MO1 and MO2. So I'm assuming it's these. MO1. Oh, MO2 is a thin piece. Oh, it's the outer edge frames. Okay, so gently poke these out. That came out nice and easy. This is definitely more fragile in places than the last kit. There's a lot of thinner stuff here. I think hence why they tell you to use like a craft knife to cut the edges. See, that one sort of came out no problem. We need these pieces here. So I think what I'll do is I'll use my tweezers to give this one a gentle little poke. And of course we've got we've got to make sure we save that M12, so I'll put it back in the kit. Oh, it's frayed it there. That's why you're supposed to cut it, Trace. I wonder if doing it from the back would make any difference, because then the fray would happen on the back rather than the front. Oh, see, it frayed there, but hopefully that being the back should be okay. Let's put that over here and poke this whole square out so we keep the number. And then we can put that back in our pile because we're going to want that. Let's keep that. Right, where did that come from? Oh, it fell out of one of the banisters. So I'll stick that back in the pattern. Okay, now I'm assuming we don't want all of these pieces, so we've got to ease these out. Yep. Okay, they're coming out nicely. That's that little pile. We've got a tiny little bit of rubbing down to do. So I'll get my nail file out. Right, there's a little pile of scraps. And as per normal, I keep all my scraps just to the side here, just in case I'm throwing something that I shouldn't throw away. Okay, right, hold on. Okay, so we've got all them out. And we need the little nail file just to tidy up some straggly bits that we've got going on here. So we'll knock all those little bits off. I don't think you have to be that nutty over it, just to get off the extra little pimples, which wouldn't be there if you'd have cut it like they told you to. But I like to wing it a little. Ooh. Need maybe a smaller nail file. Okay, so there's our little panels. And our trellis pieces. Right. Okay, so what have we got here? We have a little closer inspection. I can't look how fat that flower is. You stick one piece on top of the other. I see, because you've got to pay close attention to this circle on the way they fit. So because they're going to do a corner, one piece is shorter than the other when you put them together. So you need to be careful you get them the right way round, I think. So so if you put it like that, you naturally get a little gap there. Let's work this out. And that one gets a natural gap this side. So this is right side and this is left side, I'm assuming. And then when you put them together, they go like that. So that you've got a natural little corner. Can you see that? Okay. That sort of makes sense to me. Although I've got that one upside down, it doesn't matter. Let's put it the right way up. So we've got to glue those on top, I'm assuming. Although, see, this is where it's funny, isn't it? Because you put the wire through and then you snip the wire off. So, do you really need the wires? I don't think you do, you know. I think we should be able to glue the tissue just to the fronts. That's the right way round, isn't it? And the flowers go this side. So you would. Okay, that tells me I've got to make sure I roll this paper small enough. I don't think we need those at the moment. We can stick them after. Small enough just so that you can get the flower through the trellis. So this with the wire is not really working. I think we need a tighter roll for sure, because we want to get the end of the flower through here, but I'm not sure we need the wire at all. So I'm going to ignore the wire for a minute and try rolling one without worrying about the wire and just try and get it tighter together. Yeah, a quilling tool would be good, because a quilling tool is like a little round thing with a slot and you just roll round and you get a nice firm little bit. But what I'm going to do is a little bit firm little edge is I'm just going to glue a little bit every now and then. So I haven't glued the beginning. I need to sort my glue pot out because it keeps blocking the nozzle. I don't think we need a lot of glue. I'm just going to try and get a decent roll on it. Of course, I might have cut it the wrong way, so the flowers are too big. So if they're too big, you can always cut the paper down. That's also another possibility. Let's tighten it as we go, because we want to keep it snug fitting, because hopefully I can get my tweezers out at the end without tearing the flower. That would be good. Oh gosh, I'm going to have to change my glue pot, I think. We got a gluey end. Wait, stay still. Oh, we're coming out. It's flaring out at the end. That'll make an interesting flower. It's never a mistake. Oh, this glue pot doesn't want to play ball with me. This one comes out really rapid, so that's why I like the little one. But we're going to have to put a little bit on the end here. Let's just do some dots. And I'll have to clean that one up. Okay, hopefully this doesn't come undone. Let's see. because I could have cut the paper lengthways and it needed to be shorter. So, you know, we'll see. Let's see if I can get the tweezers out now. Yes. Okay. See, that's definitely made a tighter roll than that one. And all it needs to do is fit in here. Can we make it fit? I'd say it's still too big. Still too big. Can we poke it in? You can poke it in, I think. Get in, flower. Don't annoy me. Just do as you're told. Ugh. Okay, so we've got it all the way through there. Look. Let's flay it out. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not as pretty as theirs, but I think I needed to snip my petals more. You know, they needed to have more snippages so that it flares more. Don't think I can do it now. Oh. But I could do it on that one. Okay, so we have a flower. Oh, Trace, don't push it too hard. But I want a centre. Oh, what's it? But it's in, look, and with a bit of glue. I'm not sure why you need that wire at all, and then you would glue the bead in. I'm thinking it needs more snips along the edge here. I'm thinking the length of paper is too long, so I'm gonna tear off a little bit because I don't think it needs to be that long, and snip the ends a little bit more, fray it up a little bit more. So let's go for a little bit more scraggy snips. And maybe a tiny bit longer, not a lot. She says, going nearly all the way through on that one. But I'm thinking it will help the petals splay out a little bit more. I've just done my petals too fat, I think. Chunky petals. Snippy. Snip. Okay. Something like that. Let's try it again. Now we've got a smaller piece of paper, because I'm hoping they've given you enough paper to make mistakes. No, I'll carefully undo those. This bottle is going to need some attention. Right, I'm going to put a bit of glue here, somewhere there, and just go do, because most of the glue really you want at the end, don't you? So let's do that. Right, let's try that. Let's roll that one up. And see if this one works. And obviously, the more times you do it, you're going to get better at it. So we're getting a little bit fat, but hopefully that has made it thin enough to go all the way through this time without shoving it completely badly. All right, let's get me tweezers out. That's a much neater roll. Look, we're getting better, and it easily fits in. Yes, okay. I think we've worked it out. Let's put some glue in. How many? It's 3 flowers on each panel, apparently. Let's see what sort of a mess we can make putting it in. Let's go to the top get my tweezers to give it a little persuasion into the trellis. So it's in the, ooh, too far in the trellis, Tracey. It's a tiny bit small now. I might let it set and then flare it open. So we've got a bit of glue in that's holding it in place. Hopefully that'll now keep it in. But maybe we snipped off a tiny bit too much paper, but not a lot. So on the next one I'll go a tiny bit of a less of a snip. Let's go again. So we want to flare our ends a little bit more first, and I'm going to take off this much this time. So just a couple of centimetres off. Right, let's go for a bit more flaring of the petals. Why they couldn't just give you a flower to glue to the door, I don't know. I suppose they're trying to make it as much DIY as possible. Okay, we're making more of a sort of fringe effect. Hopefully these will spread out better. And there. Oh, okay. Right, let's go again with me little tweezers. Get the glue off, otherwise it will get stuck to the paper and I'll never get them out. Disaster if you can't get the tweezers out. Okay. Right, let's try this again. So we want a couple of dots up here. Mostly the end. Right, let's go for a roll. Okay, trying to keep it sort of snug, but we know we can afford a little bit of bagginess now because the last one was a teeny tiny bit small. But see, I don't think you need those wires. I think they overcomplicated it with the wires. But we'll find out later if you did need the wires, but I don't think you do. It doesn't seem to. I think you should be able to just happily glue the paper flowers to the trellis. See, definitely got easier. We definitely got to take that one out. That one's a little sad. Let's put him here because we're going to move that one in the middle and see what this is like. Lift it up. Yep. See that? That is actually a perfect fit. So that size snipped off worked perfectly. Oh, I'm not supposed to be moving the flowers, Trace. Let's take this one out and see if we can make a better one. I'm sure we can. I don't think it would be too hard to make a better one. Oh, let's move some of this stuff out of the way. Right. We can definitely take this one off. Where's the end? Oh, I think I glued this one all the way up, didn't I? So that's probably maybe a dead one now. That might be salvageable, this one. So let's play with this one and just go for, just see if we can make it look a bit prettier. If we can't, then we'll just make another one, which I don't think we're going to make it any smaller. Okay. I think these scissors are not helping because they don't snip all the way to the ends, if you know what I mean. That they're not really fine snippy enough. I'll keep it, that one, just in case. But let's make another one for this door and let this door dry. So we need to snip off a little bit. So I'm going to take that much off, just to make it a little slimmer. And then snip up the petals a little more. Make a nice big old fringe. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay. And the bits right. Okay, tweezers, do your stuff. Put a bit of glue on it. So we want to go. Let's go for a rollin', rollin', rollin'. Keep them doggies rollin' rawhide. Okay. It's definitely getting easier. Now I've had another go at it. Let go. Okay, there. Let's get these tweezers out. Uh-oh. Come on, tweezers. Right. Hopefully this works, because that's definitely easier than the wires. That one easily went in there, maybe too easy, that one. Maybe I rolled it a little tighter. If you roll it really tight, you probably don't need to tear anything off. But I can't judge that, so I'm gonna, I don't know how far you can push it through. See, I'm tempted to push it through just a little bit more, but I don't know if they got to, you know, fit flat at the back, because at in the book here with the wire, it tells you to cut it off, and I think it leaves it fairly flat at the back. So I'm thinking, I think maybe we'll leave it flat. Okay, so there's the first three, and we've now decided we don't need them. Hopefully we don't. I'll keep them just in case. Oh, what happened? Our flower passed out. Hey, get back in. You stay in. Thank you. Right, let's. I think we might have to use this one. I know. Sadly. But hey, not all flowers have to be open and pretty. You get ugly flowers. So this might have to be my ugly one. Yeah, I think if I pushed it through a bit more, it would probably look all right. It'll probably look all right once it gets the bead in it, she says. Let's go for a proper shove. That ain't that bad, you know. Although I've got no glue on it. So I'm going to use that one. Yeah, I'm going to use that one. I don't know about that one though. I don't know if I'll be able to get it open to get it to fit. Right, let's see if I can get this one back in now. In you go. In you go. Come on, you know you want it. There we go. So it's popped through. Clean my tweezers off while they get stuck. I mean, I'm hoping that these are going to be prettier than this one, but hey, this is obviously an old one that's just about to die kind of flower. Okay, we need to cut a few more pieces because I think I can happily probably throw this one away. Shall I try and salvage it? I don't think there's going to be a salvage. Let's try it. Oh, let's see if we can open it up. I think I've put too much glue all the way down it, maybe. Yeah, okay, no, she's dead. Okay, that flower is not going to live. We're going to cut another one. Oh dear. Oh, another two, sorry. I messed. Did I mess two up? Okay, I must have. That's one there, and I've used one. What? No, it only told me to cut 5 of these. Oh, it's only 5. There's not. There's 6 flowers here, but it's told me to cut 5 of them. Look, 5 times 1 centimetre. But actually, you need 6 of them because it's 3 on each piece of trellis. Okay, so I didn't mess up. They just didn't tell me the right amounts. Okay, right, so let's cut 2. In other words, we want 2 more. You could colour the little ends of these as well, you know, make it like a little, give it an ombre look. If you really wanted to get arty-farty. Something like that. There's 1. Yeah, it definitely said cut 5, but you need 6 flowers, so I'm not sure what that is all about. Ooh, getting old. Okay, I'm hoping I haven't used up too much paper now. And we are going to take a little bit off the end, the same. Just, oh, let's cut that one straight. Just so that I can keep them roughly the same now, except for our dodgy flower. And here we go for some snipping. Snippity snips. Ooh. Oh, if you can hear a little machine in the background, it's my tumble dryer in the kitchen. It's laundry day, so I'm doing me washing at the same time. I like washing day because I love the smell of laundry and detergent and softener, and I just love all those smells. Love the smell of laundry day. Okay, this is taking a little bit longer because obviously I'd already snipped a few of the others. Ooh, that was a bit long, Tracy. Steady. Still can't quite understand why they wanted the wires. We might find out later why the wires were supposed to be there, but we'll see. at the moment. I can't see any need for them. But at least it's me making the mistakes and not you guys. Right. That one. And let's do this one. Right. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them petals rolling. Let's make our flowers. Oh, that's a bit fatter, this one, Tracy. Wait. Stop letting it go. And we're rolling it up to the end. And give it a little, tiny little squeeze and get the tweezers out. Squeeze and let go. Right. Lovely. That looks a little small. Let's see what happens with this one. Right, let's glue all around the base of the paper and get it in one of the trellis holes. Okay, let's tidy up the glue a little bit. So that is flower number 2 on that side. And we need to snip the last one. That one, if it looks really odd, I'll make another one. But for now, it can stay for now, unless it ends up looking really unlike the others. And then I'll just replace it, make another one. Tiddy tiddy. Tiddy tiddy. Oh, when your eyes so blue. Ooh. Snippity snipping. Oh, that was a bit thick, that petal, Tracey. Never mind. It'll be fine. I love my confidence. Snip. Okay. And let's get this one rolled. Then hopefully we might be able to play with those soon and see what it looks like with the bead in it. But I think we'll put the panels on before the beads, and it looks like we've got to play with some of this, the fragile piece of sort of like raffia flowers that they give you to make it look like vines, to give these flowers some leaves. Oh, A up. Don't let go. Trying to keep it straight. Stop. To the end. Zip. Let's give it a little gentle. Oi. Hey. Hey. Gentle squeeze. Let go. All right. Let's get this last little fella in. Right. And we'll put him in any of the holes. Don't think it matters what hole you put them in. I don't think. Okay, there's that. Right. There's our little flowers. Right. It says, okay, we've got to glue the second panels on top. So we'll do that now. That's funny because you cut the wires off and then it says you put like a bit of glue, I think, on top of the wire to hold the wire in place, which is a bit, that I don't quite understand that little bit. And then you would glue the two together, which I'm not going to do that until we've put the vines on. I think I'm going to put the vines on and then glue them together into a corner piece, because at least that way then I can work on them flat. Is it worth putting the vines on before I put the decorated bit over the top, do you think? Because it's easier to get in there without the vine, isn't it? I'm thinking yes. Right, so we'll dig out some vines, or what is supposed to be vines, out of this fragile little bag. Right, there's the vine. That's definitely a viney bit. There's another viney bit, and that. I suppose it depends how much you want to glue. And there's some. That'll probably do it. Let's. They're so fragile. Let's put them back in for a minute, just in case. I don't think we need that for now. I think we've got enough bits on the table. Okay. And we just need to decorate it up a little bit with our glue, really. So let's get, this one's a bit drier, so let's get this one down here. And I'm thinking just put some glue on the trellis where you think you could put the greenery. I mean, if you don't get greenery on it, I don't think it's going to hurt, is it? Because it'll dry anyway. So let's let's see what happens. Okay. Let's just go for it. Pick a bit, because we can always, oh cripies, we can always snip off what we don't want. So let's put that one. Yeah, we'll just snip off the stuff that is in the way. That's quite a nice bit, that bit, isn't it? Let's use that bit going around. Let go. Hold that there and there. And you got it? Think so. Oh. Okay, let's do this little bit. I'm thinking maybe there, a bit of greenery there. Let's stick that in place. Oh, it's stuck to me nail. Oh, you little bugger. I think it's because my tweezers are a bit gluey. Right, let's get you back on. I can't let go of it. Let's get a pokey tool. Right, let's get a pokey tool, because you can help me let go of it then, pokey tool. All right, there, stay. Okay, we just want a little bit. There's a little bit. I want you to come up here and go in there. somewhere. Anywhere. Somewhere like that. Poke it down into the glue. Okay, that's actually not looking too bad. What do you think? We want a little piece, so let's get that piece. So I want it to come here somewhere. Oh. You got it. It doesn't want to stick. Maybe my glue's dried. That's possible. Let's put another bit of glue. Oh, I've got the dodgy bottle out. I think maybe it's too empty, so it takes too long to travel down the end of the bottle. I think that's what's wrong with that one. Okay, so let's put a bit of glue here so we got something to stick him to. Okay, he's now got a bit. Let go! Ah. Oh my goodness. I think we need a little bit up here, so I want to go around this square a little bit. So there's my glue. I think this little bit would work perfectly there. So let's try that. Let's just plop it on for a minute. There's that. Oh my goodness. Stay put, please. Something like that. Ta-da! What do you think? Okay. Okay. That doesn't look too bad, I don't think. You can put as much as you want on there. You can go to town, can't you, really? Because you've got plenty of it. But we've got the other door to decorate anyway. I'm thinking that little bit, maybe down here a little bit more. Let's sort of connect this area up a little bit with green. Right, let's see if I can put it on and let go. It's sticking to everything. Okay, let's, come on. Come on. Stop playing about. Get on my glue. There, something like that. Right, let me see if I can put it into the glue a little bit better. Don't think we need you overhanging the bottom. I think that'll be fine. That should glue. Okay, right. We're going to call that piece done. Whew. Right. Let's do this one. I don't think I'm going to go too berserk up that bit there. So let's just do one little strip at a time. And they definitely don't have to be the same. So we will glue, I'm thinking this piece in here. Ooh. Wow. It's not easy. Oh, there it is. Got it, I got it, I got it. Hold, hold. Oh, she says, and then she lets go. Okay, I want a little bit of glue on this diamond here so that I can hopefully glue that to it. Oh, oh, let's put it down. Oh my life. Fiddly, fiddly. I think once the glue takes hold, it'll be fine. But we don't want to glue this bit. Let's try another bit of glue under him. He doesn't want to glue this bit. See if we can hold him for a little while longer. Come on, pop it. Here you go. All right. Goodness me. Temperamental bit of greenery that was. Okay, so we want another bit. I think coming down this way. Down there somewhere. Somewhere down there. And this bit will do. Let's take this bit. Oh. Okay. And let go. Let go. Oh, my tweezers don't want to let go. There. Okay. Woo. Oh. Leave it to dry, Tracey. Stop messing with it. I think it's going to be fine. Any bit of greenery and I think it's going to work fine. Right, do a line down there. Snip a bit of this off, I suppose. Let's go for. Oh, oh. This bit. Oh, there. I'll snip that little bit off before we put the panel on because it'll be in the way, that tiny little bit. Let's go here because we want to make it look like it's growing from the bottom. Any bit of greenery, Tracey. Don't be fussy. Bit will be fine. Oh, she says, and then let's go. They want to stick to my tweezers way more than they want to stick to the door. That's a nice little bit. Let's put him in. Let's go up here with a bit. Want a bit more greenery up there. Need to give my tweezers a good old clean. He's not green enough, is he? Let's get out a fresh bit. Oh, he's a lovely big bit. Can I use that whole big bit? Maybe if I go on top. Okay, come on. Okay, hold. So let's hold that bit and then push this bit in the glue. You don't want to go down into the glue. There. Get in the glue. This one's not as neat as the other one. Oh. I think maybe I've got a lot more greenery on this one, so it looks a little bit more untidy. This one don't want to stay on the glue. Thinking the short bits are easier than the long bits. Let's snip a bit off because you're going to get in the way of that door panel, so we need you gone. You off, and you probably. Something like that. Okay. We will leave it like that. What do you think? So there's that panel. Let's push that all up there because that is now in the way and we need to put our panels on. So let's glue our panels on. Okay, so we need to glue, that's the gap. That should be enough. Let's put it on top. And then we just got to line it up. Now it might be easier to put it on its side to push down. And then that way and push down. Give it a little gentle squeeze. And that's the first trellis panel. All we've got to do is wait a little bit longer for the flowers to dry. And then we'll open up the flowers and put the bead in the middle. Ooh. Right. Let's put you on. Is there some reason you're not going together? Right, let's push it all the way down to the bottom. Let's go that sideways. And then up and give it a little squeeze. Right, so there's our second panel. And then when they're a little bit drier, we will be gluing them in their corner piece like that. But we're gonna wait for our little flowers to dry a little bit longer and the greenery, then we'll try flare open the flowers and then glue the bead in. Or try and glue the bead in, I should say. Right. Let's see if I can flare open some of the petals and see what they look like. See if these flowers are dry enough yet. Not really, they're still a little bit that really needs to sort of push more in like that. That's so much better. Let's go for a bit more flaring. There's that, because then we've got a little centre for the bead to sit in. And if we can push the flower a little bit more in, I'm okay with that. flare open the petals a little bit. Say because you've got to have a middle bit for your bead. Will be going in, there. I'll definitely push that one against the trellis a bit more, but look, I've pushed them through a lot more, look. If they're in the way, I'll get a nail file and file those bits off, but we will see. But that might be easier to get the beads in now, and they're sitting actually on the trellis, which looks a little bit better. Let's see what happens with these ones as well. And I might do the same with these, is push them in the trellis a bit more. You know, if they don't push in, they don't push in, but there's a centre. Yeah, it does push in a bit more. Okay, don't want to squash them too much. And this one, let's flare him open. Oh, he flared pretty easy. Okay. They're not the best flowers in the world, but hey, I'm quite sort of happy enough with them at the moment. So let's put a blob of glue in each of the centres and try and get a bead in. Let's see if I can use my pokey tool. Just to pick it up with. And then drop it on the end. I don't know if you've got to have the hole. No, it hides the hole. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. It wants to stick everywhere that you don't want it to stick. Look, what a mess of me bead I made now. I think once you've got it in place, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Leave it alone once you've got it in. Oh, come here. I need you to just drop on my flower, please. Get down. Get off my tweezers. Okay. Yay. Okay, I got one in. Quite easily, she said. And then dropped it. Oh, come on, you little buggers. Okay. Right. That glue should disappear. Okie dokie. What do you think? That's better than a poke in the eye. I think that looks all right. We will definitely let that dry before we put it into its like corner position. Let's decorate the ugly flower. Oh. There we go. Okay, right, let me see. Here's one. There's one. Oh. Come on, get up. Oh, where'd it go? Just drop him. Okay, I just need you to glue to my flower, please. Stay. Stay. Look at the amount of glue. And the last one on the ugly flower. You can pretty up the ugly flower. Okay, look, they're on. They're not the best looking that they can be, but they're on and they're gonna do. Right, that is almost page 7. other than gluing the two pieces together, which I'm going to give that a little bit of time to dry. So I'm going to put them up here. And we'll come back to that and dry them, stick them after they've dried a little bit. So, okay, let's do page 8, because we've got some more fiddlies to do here. And we've got, it's not telling us to build this little stand yet. It's we are preparing the flowers for the stand. I think the stand comes next. So we've got a bit of flower building. So I'm going to get rid of the rubbish first. We do need a little bit of that greenery. So I can keep some of it out. So I'm going to keep that out. There. Put that here. And get this away, out of my way. Okay. Right. Let's put that in the box. Ooh. Right. Okay. Let's keep that. What do we need for the first one? Okay. We want the big square looking bead. Not that one. This one, I think it is. That looks like that one. That's for the pinky sort of plant. There should be, I can see, oh, you come back. We need that. We need, is it that one? Is that one? And a dark pot. Wow, I'm not sure actually. That's a cork. Oh, is that one? I'm thinking it's that one. That's that one, isn't it? And then that is that one. We do want this red flower. Look, it could have made it a lot easier by giving us flowers for all of them. So we definitely want one of those. Only one, so put one back. What else do we need? We do need, I think it's that yellowy pot there. And the decorative bead, that one. I think that's them. And we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? What am I missing? So we've got that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5. That's the top one, isn't it? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But there's 8 on the bench. Is there 2 on the next page? Yeah, there is. That one. And I think that one is on the next page. Okay. Right, put these bits back. I think all of these bits go back. Right. Let's put that over there. Okay. First flower is this one. He's got quite a lot of overhang, you know, from the 3D print. So I'm gonna, I mean, you probably won't see it, but I'm gonna get it off anyway. Although you've coloured him up now, Trellis. It'll be fine. Right. So in this one goes pink flowers and yellow. Oh, the yellow of these things. How many? 3 of them? 1, 2. Come here. 3. So it says to glue, put loads of glue in the pot, although it hasn't got a bottom, which does make it a little bit awkward because, well, you've got nothing to sort of just fill the pot up with glue would be good. Although, hold on, what's that? What's that? Oh, that's filling up the bottom of the pot. What is that? It's like a star piece. What's that? A star piece. I don't see no star piece, so I'm thinking it's a piece of paper that's been screwed up. But what paper? Because that's definitely, I mean, look, that's to fill the hole, isn't it, in the bead? It's there again. I don't know what it is because I don't know what this star means. You could use a bit of cotton wool. You could use a bit of tissue. I wouldn't suggest using those because we might need them. But I'm going to get out some pink flower. That's them. Oh, I've got out a lot of pink flower. Never mind. We need a bit of tissue or something to sort of screw up. I've got some tissue here. And it looks like you just screw it up. And that's way too big, Tracey. Let's cut that in half, I'm thinking. And glue it in the pot. Maybe if I wet my fingers a little bit. That should, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's run some glue all the way around the inside of this and then poke the tissue in. I think I've definitely put too much tissue, but that's okay because it gives us more to glue to. Okay, so we've filled the hole like that. And now we've got to try and put these flowers in, which I'm thinking just put glue all over the place in there. Just fill the glue up wherever it wants to go. And then, I don't know how tall they should be, so I'm thinking, let's cut these in half. Yeah. Let's cut the little stalky bits off. Oh, then it fell apart. Fiddly fiddly. let's poke you in. Poke you down into the glue and the gluey tissue. I think the more glue in here, the better. So it gives us plenty of places to stick our flowers. Let's cut these ends off because I think it's better without the ends. Poke that one in. And a couple of short pieces would be good. Stick them in as well. Okay. There's our little plant of pink, and now we've just got to put a couple of yellow ones, which I don't know if we need that many, but it says to cut them in half. And then stick them in the pot. Oh. But of course, they don't want to let go. There's that one. Let's lay it on there for a minute. Let's cut this one up. Sort of in half, but I think they're a little bit long, so I might cut them down a little bit more. And yeah, they sit better in the tissue when they're shorter. And one more. I think that's enough in that pot. I know it says to put that one in as well, but the pot's pretty full, isn't it? So I'm going to leave that to dry like that, because we got a lot of glue in there. It's our first plant. Okay, he looks okay at a distance. Right. Oh no, more paper rolling. And it looks like these need the wires. Good job I didn't throw those others away, or did I? I've put them in the box. Oh no. They're not going to be very successful. I know they're not. But we can always change it. We don't have to put the same flowers in as they've done it, because they go in this pot with the greenery. I mean, we might want the greenery and then that's it. Let's have a little sip of coffee. Coffee's getting cold. Okay, let's fill up the pot first. Right, so I've got a bit of tissue here. I think we'll make the greenery and then decide what flowers is going in, because I'm not liking the idea of the metal stalks again. But we might be able to just stick the flowers to the green leaves. We'll see. I think that's too much tissue, Tracy. Right. Yeah, but it's a tall pot. We need to poke it down. That was a lot of tissue. It's squeezing out of the bottom. Okay. Okay. We got something to glue it to. Let's wipe this bottom off a little. There's our little gluey bead. And we might make this one our own way. Hey. I think we'll roll up the green leaves and get them in. I don't think I'm going to be doing the wire again. I think we're just going to roll and stick it to the leaves. So we got some green here, and we want, it says 4 by 2 centimeters. That's quite big, isn't it? So that's 2 centimeters is there. Yeah. I never know whether to do it that way or that way, but I'm thinking I'm going to do it this way on this one. What do you think? Because it's only a little pot of leaves. Seems a bit excessive to go the other way. We'll try it this way first and see how it looks. And we'll just do 1, not 4. I mean, that doesn't look anything like that anyway, does it? No. You've got to cut V's out of this one because we're making leaves. I mean, we might be able to just make just one big one. So we're cutting V's out of this one. I don't know how big the V's should be or how far down. Oh, these scissors. Because I don't know if this piece of paper is too big anyway. It feels really big for that little pot. We'll see. The first one is always a bit of a test, isn't it? As long as it ends up looking sort of leafy at the end, that's all that matters. Oh, come on, you out. This seems very big. Oh, right, okay, so we've got the first one, which doesn't look anything like that. I think I've done my V's really big as well. But hey, it might make a great plant. Who knows? I think maybe I haven't come down deep enough, so I might trim a little bit off, just a little bit. So I'll take that bit off because I think that's a bit chunky, and then let's just go for rolling it up and see what happens. Yeah, what could go wrong? Right. I've got a little bit of glue, don't need a ton, and I don't think it needs to be uberly tight, but I don't think it needs to be very slack either, otherwise we're not gonna get it all in the bead. So I'm not pulling it very tight. don't want to have it too fat. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to open the leaves yet. We'll find out. Okay. If we can just split it open a little bit. Oh, come on, let go, tweezers. Don't know. I don't know if I've cut the V's deep enough. There's one. I think I might be able to open them up. Let's. Okay, yeah. Let's try it. That's the only way, isn't it? Is just to give it a go and see what happens. Okay, plenty of glue in the bead. Because we want to sit this into the pot, squash it a little. We want that to dry. And then we will mess with it. Let that dry a little bit. And then we'll go for splaying its leaves and adding some flowers if need be. I mean, it could be just a greenery one. Okay, let's do the easy one. She says the easy one. It could be the worst one. It looks like we've got to cut the bottom for some reason. I have no idea why we've got to cut the bottom. But it says to cut a V out of that. Why do you think? Maybe it's too fat. Let's try sticking it in the bead. Yeah, that doesn't go in there. Why didn't they just give us a bead with a hole big enough for it to fit in? That's silly. Okay, so we've got to snip down the end of this somehow, I think, to try and make it fit in this pot. So I've snipped down just one edge, and I think that should be enough to squeeze it in this bead. Plop. Let's give it a go. Yeah, it is just, only just so. Ram it in and then let it dry. There's that one. That was the easiest one. Uh-oh. This one is with the little fragile. Look how tiny it is as well. It's tiny. And we got to put those fragile ones in here. Oh my gosh. I think even my glue don't want to go in it. Look. Hopefully we can use the little bits of greenery to poke it down. Of course you could put pink in here if you wanted to put pink in. You don't have to completely follow what they're saying. All right, here's a tiny bit of green. Let's poke that in. I mean, that poked in okay. We've got another piece here that I've knocked over. Me dodgy little one. Okay, that one's all right. Let's see if I can get hold of this one and stick this one in there as well. And I think that'll do. I need to pick the bead up. It's gosh. Okay. There we go. Wow. but I think that is going to be okay. So let's see if I can let go of it. Gotta clean off me tweezers. Right, there's that one done as well. Nice. Okay, so we've got a yellow pot here and this beady pot that we got to do. So this is the same sort of thing. These are the raffia flowers again. So this pot has got some yellow raffia in it. Let's see if we can ease out the yellow. Oh, what a mess. Oh God. So we want some yellow pieces, do we? So let's get that one. That should probably do it. Put that one back in. What else do we want? A bit of greenery as well, apparently. Well, there's some. Actually, that's quite a nice tall one. Let's go for a tall one. And especially as it's the big decorated pot, we'll try and put some big pieces in like that. Okay, oh my gosh. They are falling apart. Let's plonk them over there. Wow, look at it all. Oh, messy that stuff is. Okay, you over there. Yeah. Okay. Right. We want this one, don't we? So, this one's just stick it down the hole. Apparently. Let's come down to about there, because we can always snip the top off if it's too long. I think that might be easier to glue this and then stick it in the hole. Well, it doesn't really touch anything, but there's yellow. We want a bit of greenery. So I'm thinking put this in and then snip off what's not needed. Yeah, something like that, and then snip the top somewhere. Let's go for it about here. Something like that. Yeah, right. We will lay that one down to dry. Okay, there's that one. Right. Okay, not too bad. So we've got one more. And it's this little yellow one. So we're now making another leafy thing. So this time we'll put them closer together, the triangle cuts. Yeah, closer together. So it's 2 centimeters again. Where's my pen? There it is. One there and one about there. Okay. And then we want the craft knife. Okay. That's that there. And this time we're going to make slightly different leaves if we can. We want to make them deeper down into the paper, and we want them closer together. So not as vicious as gap as I made the last lot. And I've still done that quite big. It's weird, I keep doing one that's really upright and another one that's triangular. Oh, that was a bit far down the page, Tracy. Steady. This seems a lot for that tiny little pot. I'm thinking that's probably enough. So we'll tear that off. Because look at the hole. The hole is minute. We're never going to get them in there. Right, we might have to take more off. Let's pull off our snipped bits. And see if we need to cut any more off the length. Okay, that's a tiny little hole. So I'm also going to snip a little bit off the bottom, not a lot, just a little bit. And we'll try that. I'm thinking that might still be a little bit thick. So I might not glue all of it. I might just put a little glue here and not glue the end in case I need to nip a bit off. Let's see what happens. Okay, we want to stay quite snug. See, I think we're already too big for the hole. So we're definitely going to be tearing some of the tissue off. I'm thinking that is already enough. I'm going to put a bit of glue and close it off here. I'm going to call that it. I think that's enough. Let's go for tearing that off. Get off. Yeah, I think that's still too big. Yeah, that's not going to go in the hole for sure. I'm thinking if we can just glue it to the pot, we might be able to poke it down. Let's see. Let's put a big old blob of glue in. Poke the leaves on top and go for gluing it like that. Let it dry. Right, there's that one. Okay, that's page 8 done. Okay, so let's skip back and glue our corner trellis pieces in from page 7. So we will glue these in their corners. So let's run a bit of glue up here. I don't know how square we've got to get these. I don't know. Give them a little squeeze together. Oh. Give them a little squash. Squeeze. Okay, so there's our corner trellisy piece. That's that. I think I'll leave it upright to dry. So we'll leave it here. Okay, so that piece is dry. And what else have we got to do? Okay, it's finishing off our flowers, isn't it? Oh, look at me gluey fingers. That's why I can't let go of anything. Now, they're all still too wet, really, because we need to flay out our leaves in there, but that's too wet. These are still too wet. So let's go on and make the last two flowers. Now, I know it's on the other page, but we will flick back. So we've got this creamy coloured pot first, and it's more leaves along with the purple inside bit. Makes it look a bit like a hyacinth. But okay, we'll have another go at leaves. I don't know if they're any good yet until they dry and we can sort of play with the leaves a little bit more. But let's cut another piece, and this is another 2 centimetre piece. So let's go for that. I'm sure I'm doing these way too big, but probably. So as a 2, and see, I think this is enough for making like 2 pieces. I think it, yeah, because it's like 8. I reckon it's supposed to be like in half, and that makes 2 of them. What do you think? That's what I think it is. That might have been where I went wrong and why they've come out a bit fat. So we will cut this one in half. That's about there, isn't it? Somewhere there. Somewhere there, she says. Guesswork. Oh, I didn't actually cut it. Did I not? Oh, almost cut it. Just tear it, Trace. There we go. That'll make another piece should I need to redo them. Okay, let's straighten that piece up. Right. We've got to do just more triangles. So I'm thinking try and go down a bit deeper, because the deeper we go, the more they're going to flare out. So let's go right down deep on these. And try that. Ooh. Oh, that one was a little bit excessive there, Tracy. Alright, so if I can pull out the triangles will be good without pulling out the leafy bit. That looks a little bit better. because we need to get that little coloured centre in this one. Oh, I tore the end bit off. Let's see what happens. He got snagged. Okay, well, you can be my middle bit. Okay, so it's going in what colour bead? The white bead. He's got quite a big hole, but let's see how we get on with this one. See if this is too small now. Maybe. But we need to lay a bead in it as well, one of these in it. What, right at the beginning, or can't I just poke it down in it? What do you think? Do you think I'll be able to put it in at the same time? Let's try it. Let's put it... I'm going to put it in with my tweezers and see if I can roll it up at the same time. Okay. A little bit more. There, okay. Can I get the tweezers out though? Ooh. Yes, okay. And now I should be able to snip that one off. And that is our little plant. Okay, so let's glue him in the bead. Let's fill his hole up again. Something like that. Daisy's snoring like crazy. And I think we just got to let it dry. So there's another one. Oh, goodness me. They're so light that they don't want to stand up. But we do need you to be upright in the pot. Okay, we'll let that one glue. Ta-da! Next. Oh, this is a bit of the sponge. So we just got to make like a little mound. I don't even know how much to do. Let's take that bit off. Okay. Definitely way too much. So let's snip a little square of it off. And then I'm thinking glue it in and then snip it. What do you reckon? I'm thinking glue it in by the triangle, by the corner, and then we'll trim it, because that wants you sort of to trim it into a nice little curvy sort of bushy thing first, but I think we'll trim it after. So let's glue a corner of this piece in. Being a corner, it might hold better in the pot. And then we will trim that, hopefully, after, if it dries, if I can put it down. Okay, there's that one. Right, that's the end of the plants. So we will work on page 9 next time. So let's go back up top. Okay, end of 7 and 8. So that's where we're up to so far. Let's have a closer look. And we'll just wait for a few things to dry so that we could put them on our stand, etc. I'm loving this build. So far, so good. So I hope to catch you on next week's build. So until then, take care and look after yourself and be good. And I'll see you later. Bye, guys.